Hi, today we're going to discuss antenna analyzers. Analyzers come in different shapes and sizes and prices. Rig Expert is one of the better ones on the market, and they price, as you can see here, from $300 range on up into the $1,200–$1,500 range. So you can spend as much as you like. There are some other options, and that is the Nano VNA, which is a very inexpensive device. You can pick it up anywhere from $45 to $50. They range. They go up and down a few bucks different times of the year. But this device here works fantastic. The only thing I will say about the Nano is it's small and it's very flimsy, I guess, in a lot of ways. And if you take it out in the field or use it in a condition where the environment might not be as well as desired, it does create some problems. In this video here, I'm going to show you some modifications that I've made to my Nano VNA, and I've pretty much changed things to make it more usable and more rigid for the application that I'm going to use it in. This project's going to be a good one, but it does have a few little snags, but you can work through them. On a Nano VNA, you have a paddle that sits right here, and if you're looking at the screen, you have your power on/off switch right here, your C connector right here for your power, and then you've got your paddle right here, and then push it straight in for your display. Okay, in the paddle, if you measured anything at all with the Nano VNA and this paddle, you've got three connectors right here. Let me get something to point with. You've got three connectors right here, okay, on the outside that's exposed, that you can actually see. If you put a meter on these three connectors, you get no continuity in any way, shape, or form on any of these three. So that told me we had another issue somewhere. We had something else hidden that I couldn't see. So the top of this paddle, let me get this out here so you can see. When looking at the little paddle here, you have the actual paddle, okay, and it's spring loaded, so it always bounces back to the middle, okay. Then you have this little cover that sits like that right there, okay. Underneath this cover, you have another connector point that you need to make a connection to get this thing to work. So what I did was I pried this top off, and it doesn't take much to pry it off. You can take a little small screwdriver or a paper clip or something and go up underneath the edge and easily work it up till you pop the cover off. And then once you pop the cover off, the paddle will come right out. There's a connection in here, and let's see if I can show it to you. Okay, if I can get in here close enough where you can see it and it focuses in correctly. Okay, anyway, there's a connection right in the middle that you have to put a little flux on and get that point right there soldered in, okay? You will need a pencil soldering iron, okay? You can see how small that tip is. That tip is tip's pretty small. It's actually like a needle, like a pencil lead almost, okay? And you'll need one that small to get in here because these circuits are very small, and can't use a weller or none of those big. Well, you can use a pencil weller, but you can't use the old pull the trigger type soldering iron where you got a big tip in there. You got to have something small and something you can work into small areas. And this, you will need a soldering iron of this nature for this to work. Okay. And once you get that done, you can go ahead and put your meters on here, and you've got it everything pretty much the way you want it to do everything you want to do. And well, of course, it's going to vary depending on what you're using, but these are a few things, some drawings I did anyway with my wire configuration. And if we're looking at it from here, and let me go over this one more time here and make it clear. The red wire is common, so you have to use it with with each one of the other three. So, for example, the red and the black, which is the first wire soldered to the paddle on the portion of the board that you can actually see, will be your left cursor position. So if you connect those two wires, the cursor position will move to the left. If you connect the red wire to the green, which is the center post on that paddle, it will cause the menu display to pop up on the screen. And then the blue and the red, the third of that paddle connection, will make the right cursor, the position cursor, move to the right. Okay. Picked up a few more things here. I've got the momentary buttons for my screen, for the menu, the pop-up screen, and the cursor movement. So I've got several of these to do it. Probably use the yeah. Got to figure out which color I want to use for what, but we'll get there. I have these two small cables here that need to be soldered to the SO239s, and I took one cable that come with the Nano VNA and cut it in half, and that's what we're going to use to solder to the SO239s. I'm going to solder everything to these, so get these underway because they're going to go inside my box. And this box is what we're going to use to put everything into. This is my switch wire, and it's got to be soldered to the Nano in the switch position. I'm going to do that right now too. And we'll get this underway, and then we've got to get these mounted after we get the cables on them, and they're going to go right in there like that. Okay, and it's going to come together nice. I'm going to put some soldering inside the connection here, and get that ready for the cable, and then we'll put the cable in and solder it in, and all we got to do is put it in its place. Nice puddle right there. All right, that one's done. Move down. Looks very good. I'll go ahead and get this one. This project's going to come together real nice. I think when it's all said and done, I think it's going to be a good-looking job. It's going to really do the job and be much better than than what I have right now. Okay. All right, very nice. So you guys see what it looks like. It's a very good connection. Okay. Okay, we're going to get some of these screws and stuff out here to put these SOs in place. And we put the pigtail on here so that way we're not soldering anything to the connector. It's going to be screwed down in place. Be a better connection. It's also crimped and soldered. So I guess if we put it in right, it'll probably make a big difference too. Okay, there's one. Let's get the other ones in here. And all these, everything we got here is going to attach to the. It's going to attach to the Nano VNA, so that way everything is plug and play pretty much. So in case we have any kind of issues down the road, it'll be an easy job to repair. And hopefully we won't have any kind of repairs, but you know, just in case. Okay, try to get a view here where you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and solder. This is the switch connection, and it's going to be soldered to the switch itself. And this is, let's say, it's very small, and it takes a very small pencil soldering iron, and we've got to hit 2 points right here, and they've got to be dead. In fact, let me cut this back a little bit. I'm going to trim this just a tad. Got to have a nice tight fit here. Okay. Turn the iron down just a bit. Okay. If you don't have a steady hand, this is probably not something you want to take on. And you got to get in and out, because you will damage the circuit board right there. It's very small. Let me see if I got a good connection there, and I do. It looks pretty good. Make sure I'm not hitting anything. That looks very nice. And we can test it here real quick and see if the switch works. Bingo, there we go. Okay. That's all we want to do is tie this switch right here I got on the side, tie it to the switch circuit here, and that'll power this on and off as I need to. Okay. But like I say, you gotta have a really fine solder tip to get this done. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. And you can see how we did this earlier. This part here, this is for the paddle. And I've got these all color-coded here so they know what goes to what. And that's going to be the next thing. We're going to be hooking these switches up. In fact, I'll tell you what, we can do that right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and tin these real quick and get some solder on the tip, so when we solder to our connections, we're good to go. And these are just momentary. Okay, there's one down. And all we're doing, like I say, we're just tinning these. So we got something attached to when we put the wires up there. Okay, that one's down. All right, we need one more here. We're going to make that, you know what, I'm going to do my cursors in red and the display in black. It's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other when you get right down to it. I'm trying to let you see here, but it's hard to do. Okay, I got red and blue is right, so we'll do red and blue right here. The red's going to be carried on to all the switches. It's going to be a common lead. I have to have that to each one of them. Tell you what, let's do this. Okay, there's that. We'll put the red here for now, and then I'll have to carry another lead over for that. And that gives me everything I need to make it work. Okay, and green goes back over here. This is the display wire. Okay, and of course, got my soldering iron stuck between here. All right, we're done. We're done with the soldering for now, so I can shut this thing off. Okay. And we have everything we need here to complete this. And I'm going to pull it all over here so you can see how it's going to work. Okay, the reds are the left and right cursor. The black and green here is the display. And I got to make sure I keep these separated. I was going to use some shrink too, but we can make this work for now. Okay. And as you can see here, I've got these this part here. This is all the SOs, and one of these is going to be channel 1, one's going to be channel 2, and that's easy enough to change. If I make this channel 1, you just screw it on to channel 1. You can always change it if you decide to do it later. It's channel 1 and channel 2. And I've got a lid that's printing right now. As soon as that gets done printing, then we'll attach this to that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave that like that so you can see how this is all going to work. So it's just kind of... Let's move some stuff out of the way here. All right, we're going to hit the switch down here on the box. Turn it on, okay? And if we pull the display up, the menu, I mean, the black button. Oh, we're upside down. There's the menu, okay? And you see the cursors. Let me see that. Okay, well, anyway. You see the cursors here, and one moves it. See, it moves it to the right, and this one will move it to the left. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Of course, I can pull the menu back up by hitting this button right there. It pulls the menu up. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So once I get it secured and get the lid on it and get this attached better, it'll be a little more rigid. We also have a C connector. Let me turn this off here. We have a C connector that's going to plug in here, and it's going to be attached inside the box. You're going to have a place for it to plug in inside the box, and all I got to do is just take that connection and plug it into the C connector, And then we have our data and power port, okay? And that's my goal. And this is going to set right in the center here like this. And these, I haven't decided exactly where I'm going to put them yet, but they are going to have a home at some point, maybe in the lid, maybe on the side here. I haven't decided that far along yet, but we're going to get that done. We're in the final stages here of the project build and Nano VNA, and I've got my top done. I've got a plate up here. I'm going to put some labels up on top of this right here for all the buttons. So the buttons will have all the identification they need for everything. All right. Got to make up some labels yet for this and get everything done, but for the most part, everything's ready to go, and it come out nice for the most part. Not completely happy with the lid. It's PLA, and I wish I had a better filament, but for the time being, it's fine for now. I can always change it out later and print a different lid, but it's functional, and the only thing I'm lacking right now is a C connector. It's going to go right there. And I'm going to put the support screws that hold the lid in place. There's one on each side. And other than that, it works well. All my buttons are functional. There's and I can move up and down the cursor. You can see that. And you know, everything works good. And you can enter and move into each area, and all that works great. Okay, and of course I can move the cursor across with the red buttons. So everything works nice. So yeah, let's see. This is up and that's down. So right. Anyway, and of course I got the little drawer down here. This is kind of cool. Got a drawer that fits in the bottom,
Okay,
which worked out really nice.
We got her done,
and I've got all my buttons in place, and everything looks pretty good. Got my C connector in the back on the side there, and I got it plugged in right now. It's actually charging up, and everything's working. Everything's working exactly the way it's supposed to. So I'm really pleased with everything. The top cover wasn't exactly the way I wanted everything, but for the most part, it came out pretty good. So I can't complain, I guess. I had some printer issues, but I got this one to print on my small Ender 3, so it's working pretty good. I still have to label these RF connections in the back. I have to label those yet. So I got this on channel 1 and the second one on channel 2, or 11 and 12, I guess it is in the menu. So, but yeah, that's working out real nice. And the C connector's right there on the side. And I still, like I say, I got my little drawer right here that pulls out. And you know, I got my cursor, and my cursor works and everything. So I'm good. Or not my cursor, my stylus. So I'm good to go here. And I didn't get the video the last part of it. I just trying to get things done and get it finished for the most part, but you've been able to see pretty much the progress as it went along. But we're gonna go ahead and call this a wrap, and I want to thank everybody for watching this. And like I say, it's just a modification, something you can do that's a lot cheaper than getting a rig expert. Not as good as a rig expert, but for the most part, the Nano VNA is a really powerful little device. It's small, but it does a great job. But once you put it in a box enclosure like this, it's a little more rigid, and you've got you got better things to work with instead of little flimsy connections and stuff. So this is real rigid, and it should do the job. So anyway, thanks for watching. And make sure you subscribe. And if you're thinking about getting into ham radio, definitely. Oops. If you're thinking about ham radio, for the most part, I would definitely consider Murray Amateur Radio Club. And as always, have a great day.